Hi all, and welcome back to yet another video. We're gonna continue with the inventory series today. Nearing the end, as I've said before, but we will keep doing some cleanup and some bug fixing and stuff like that. So let's pretty much just jump into it. Before we start, here are my awesome patrons. Thanks to all of you. If you want to support the channel further, link to Patreon is down below. From now on, I will upload all of the projects that I make onto the Patreon, so you can download them as well. We'll do so with the inventory component as well once it's finished. We just have a few more videos left to do. So anyway, let's get into it. So we're gonna do some cleanup and try to make the code a bit more efficient and easier to follow along with, because right now we spread stuff out a lot and we have this monstrosity of a function in our inventory slot. So we are gonna clean it up a bit. Is this, because right now this is inside of our actual inventory slot, and I think a better way to do it is generally you would want to keep like logic like this inside of out of widgets, if you say it like that. So this function is probably a function that belongs to the inventory component and shouldn't actually belong to an inventory slot. And generally you want to avoid having like functions inside of widgets too much unless they're simple, because since we have this function inside of our inventory slot, we need to do these like helper functions to get the inventory component all the time and stuff. We don't need to do that if we actually if we are inside of the inventory component, as well as doing these weird things where we do like first we equip it here, we set the equipped item here, and then we set the equipped item again on the server and stuff like that. It's just ugly. So let's clean it up a bit. So we're gonna copy this function, try equip item. I might end up ruining the entire project now, we'll see. So we have the inventory component. We're gonna confirm, and I'm gonna rename it so it looks nicer. I'm really not good with naming conventions. I'm just gonna stop doing. Just gonna quickly clean up stuff. We have try pickup item there. I can just remove the F because I don't need to know that it's a function, because I already know that. Not sure why I do that. I stopped doing that. We're gonna use the same naming convention with a capital letter on everything just to keep it nicer. There we go. Better. So let's fix up this function, because this does clearly not helper get inventory component. That's no longer needed because we already are in our inventory component. So this function already exists here. So those run on consumables. Yeah, exactly. So we don't need this because these already exist inside of our inventory component, so that's fine. And the held item from this function here, we're gonna do a local variable instead. We're gonna call it past item. There we go. And we can plug the past item into everywhere. We don't actually need that. And we're gonna make this an input instead. This is of a variable. What's the slot type? Item type. Exactly. So we'll make that an input instead. Like so. And like so. Don't need that variable. This first check here is still gonna be needs to be done inside of the slot still. Because this checks if we can drop. So if the, let me just check. So if the item type is equal to the slot type that we are trying to equip on, then we go ahead. So we can't, so this is still gonna be needed. So still needed in slot. Just as a reminder from, actually we can just remove it from here. And we'll go back here. This needs to be kept just for now. And then to quick slot number, how do we do that here? So this is when we drop, right? So if we drop a consumable, we check the quick slot number of the slot, right? Yep. So we should pass that through as well. Quick slot number. Then we drag this up here. Delete this. Held item is going to be replaced with the past item. Like so. We don't need this. We can just update. And here we can just get equipped consumable 2, 3, 4, and 1. And you see, now we don't need these pesky helper functions. So 1 goes to 1, 2 goes to 2, 3 goes to 3, and 4 goes to 4. There we go. That's the first part of the function fixed. So that's nice. We can just call remove item, and we're gonna remove the past item. There we go. And we're gonna get the past item. We're gonna remove this, and we have these functions. We're gonna clean it up a bit. So we have server set main hand. That is a rep notify. So we shouldn't need to do this. I think the reason we did this is because it's like there's a slight delay until the server fires the notify event. So I think just to keep it easier, we're gonna do a custom event. We're gonna do client set main hand. We're gonna get this. We're gonna pass it through. Then after the client one, we'll do the server set main hand, and we will set it to the same. And this is gonna be run on owning client. We need to drag out the reference again because it shouldn't have a target. And we're gonna do this for all of the functions. So I'm just gonna pause while I do that. But basically you just repeat for each of these, you do a custom event with the client. So I'm just gonna pause while I do that. There we go, and I'm back again. So just make sure that you always have a client, spelled wrong, client event first. So that sets it on the client. Then we have a rep notify. Rep notifies only replicate when they're actually on the server, and they only replicate when the value is changed. So this might actually cause an error, but since we're only setting this on the client, the server should still think the main hand, the variable is different, so it should still replicate. We'll see. And yeah, so basically just for all of them, owning client server, owning client server, owning client server. The consumable slots are already only on the client because they're not really visual or anything, so that's fine. We don't need to replicate them in the world. Let's give it another nice color. Purple, always nice. Update slot bonuses from items could be added here. I'm gonna keep that. First, call the client event and let the client version handle the server event. This is to avoid delay. This is to avoid updating inventory slots before the client knows. This way the client doesn't need to rely on replication from the server for it server when updating the inventory. Hope that makes sense. So basically, if we only set it on the server, it's gonna replicate to the client, but that may take like 1/3 of a second, and if you update your inventory instantly, the changes are not going to be reflected on your inventory. So that's why we set it on the client, because that will happen instantly on the client as well. So yeah, perfect. Let's go back into our function. So now for this, we remove the item, and now we don't need to do all this. Now we can just do client set main hand, and that takes care of both of these parts instead. Good, right? And we can do the same for the other ones. Don't need this. You can grab the past item, plug it in here. And I'm gonna get the past item, and we're gonna do client set offhand. And that's gonna take care of both of these. We can go continue here. I'm just gonna copy this. Actually, it's enough to just do it like this. Just need to copy this one. That is fine. So here we have the head, chest, legs. So same thing, client set head, client set legs, client set head, client set chest. Perfect. Delete. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, no. So chest, right? Head. Can delete all of this. Head. Chest. And legs. So now that is looking a lot nicer. And we want to update. Yeah, I'll condense stuff later. Perfect. And then we have the, what's this? So this is where we check if we should unequip stuff, if it's two-handed and stuff like that, right? So if the past item is two-handed, and equipped offhand is not equal to so if it's false, we're not going to do anything. That is fine. But if it is two-handed, we will first check if equipped offhand is not equal to empty holder item. If it is equal to holder item, this is gonna be false, and we're just gonna update. We're not gonna unequip anything. Am I even using that? And here we're gonna get the inventory. Makes sense. We're gonna remove this because here we're gonna do client set offhand to be empty holder item. We can now remove these. So remove weapon from the inventory and set the weapon rep notify variable. This is what shows the item on the weapon on the player. For this, we're gonna unpin a lot of the defaults. So we don't take up too much space. Gonna make this smaller. Remove the currently equipped offhand if the main hand we just equipped was two-handed. Only make the offhand check if we actually have an offhand equipped. It's probably gonna be a long video. We are at 24 minutes already, but it needs to be done. So that's a lot nicer. Now we're gonna do the same thing down here. And we have a bunch of stuff going on here. So yeah, sorry, this was weapon as well. So we have a lot going on here. Just trying to make stuff as clean as possible. So this is the same thing. Get equipped main hand. So if the equipped main hand is two-handed, same thing here, let's remove a bunch of pins. Not the two-handed. We're gonna get equipped main hand. And we're gonna add it to the inventory. And we are gonna do client set main hand. Gonna delete those to empty holder item. This can be self. And now we got a nicer function here as well. We're gonna move it closer. That was actually nicer than this. Oh, yeah, fuck it. Same here. Remove main hand if it's two-handed when we try to equip a off-hand weapon. Perfect. And now these are only running on client, right? So past item should be plugged in here. Remove armor from inventory when equipping. We shouldn't remove the yeah, it's true. It's the same thing. Remove item. Yeah, perfect. And now this is a lot cleaner, so we can just put them there. There and there. Remove the armor from inventory when equipping and show it on the character instead. Perfect. let's add a rerun node there and there. And we also, so this is the master character. Why is this a master character? Shouldn't that just be a character reference? Because we're not creating the HUD here, are we? Let me check that for the next video. So we're gonna keep this for now. Well, we do have this variable here, so let's just use that one instead. So that's one cast we can avoid. Yeah, so when we do like this, we also don't need to make it an interface because we don't have to cast anyway. There we go. That's a much nicer function set up in 33 minutes. You can see. It's way cleaner. It's still spaghetti. We actually could call the updates on this one as well, like whenever we actually maybe we don't. Yeah, let's keep it like this for now. See if we optimize that later. So now on our inventory slot, when this gets called, try equip item. So that's on drop, right? We call this function here, but we have all of this like get inventory component, right? So what we could do is instead we call try equip item from there. Still be the past item. The item type will be the slot type of the inventory slot, and the quick slot number will be the quick slot number of the slot. So that is a way better way to do it. We also actually need to make this check before. So it's if the, we can do like this, if the held item We are gonna unpin all of them. Accept the item type, right? Yeah. If the item type equals the slot type, that means we can drop. Only try equip if we try to drop an item on a matching item slot. Gonna drag this around. No, let's go the above way for this one. There we go. If we drop an item on a slot that already has a weapon equipped, we unequip the previous weapon. Also, that might cause a bug, because we should actually only do this if it's a matching slot, right? I think it's fine. Let's see if it's fine. Line it up a bit more nicely. It's probably not gonna work because I for sure missed something. So let's try. Don't even remember the keys. That is working. That is working. Let's grab the two-handed one. Actually seems to work. Not bad. Not bad at all. So most of the videos from now on will be like, there will be a lot of cleaning up like this. So that means we don't even need this function anymore. But we're not gonna delete it yet, just in case. So I'm just gonna unplug it so that I know for sure it's not working, and I'm going to try to pick up a few more stuff just to make sure. That didn't work. Let's sort that out in the next one as well. That works, that works, that works. That works. 6, 7, 8, 8, that is correct. And I can drop. If I equip that, I drop. Nothing happens, so that is also a bug. The menu seems to be so-so. Oh, yeah, a lot of stuff to fix there, but it's looking a bit nicer now. So that's gonna be it for this one, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace out.